Yo, what is going on YouTube, man? We're here with our mock draft. It's the day of the draft, man. I'm excited, bro. Can't wait. It's draft season. It's been a busy week, bro. WrestleMania, wrestling week, man. NFL draft week. So with that being said, the Titans, bro, it's pretty simple. We all know who they're going. They're going Cam Ward, quarterback out of Miami. I don't think it's a shocker who they go here. I think it's pretty much a lock of who they're gonna go. I don't think it's up for debate. I don't think it's up for, oh, is it going to be Shador? Oh, is it going to be Abdul? Oh, is it going to be Travis Hunter? No, it's going to be Cam Ward. They just signed receiver Tyler Lockett. So that's a good veteran receiver for Cam Ward. I think it's pretty much a lock where Cam Ward's going. He's going to one to the Titans. He said the best receivers in the league is Calvin Ridley and Traylon Burks. Bro, be for real, gang. Like, let's be honest, bro. Calvin Ridley and Trey Burks, best receivers in the league, bro. Yeah, you want to be a Titan for sure. They said Tony Pollard and Tyjae Spears are the best running backs in the league. He's definitely going to be a Titan, bro. It's not up for debate. Cameron Ward will be a Titan, bro. Now with the next pick, with the Cleveland Browns, I'm going to have them go with Travis Hunter. He's also favored to go number 2, but I really was certain that they were going to go Abdul Carter. But I guess they're comfortable having just one really good edge rusher in Myles Garrett. I mean, they have a good team, like a good defense around. I do think they will go Travis Hunter because they've also seen them say they want to play him at receiver. And I've also seen the Browns say that they might trade Greg Newsome, during the draft. So with that being said, I do think the Browns are gonna go Travis Hunter. I do think they definitely need a cornerback, but I just don't think, unfortunately for them, they are gonna go to quarterback. So with that being said, I do have the Browns going with Travis Hunter. I feel like that's just the most lock of a pick that will happen. So hopefully y'all boys understand with that one being said. So let's get straight to it. I have them going with Travis Hunter. They're gonna go Abdul Carter. He could play off ball linebacker. He could play edge rusher. It's kind of a similar situation with Micah Parsons, whatever you want to say. He's a phenomenal player. I think they will go Abdul Carter. I know they want to trade Kayvon Thibodeau if they could get a good offer for him. I feel like they should give Kayvon one more chance. Pair him with Brian Burns, Abdul Carter, Dexter Lawrence, film a nasty D line, cause problems for quarterbacks in the division. Dak Prescott, Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels. I feel like Abdul Carter is a lock to go to the Giants. See, for the Patriots, guys, I know they want to go offensive lineman, but it's kind of like, do they go offensive lineman? You get what I'm saying? I know I've seen them mocks for Ashton GT. I've seen them mocks for players like Tedor McMillan, players mocked like Will Campbell. But I'm going to have them go with Will Campbell. I think that's just the safest pick for the Patriots. They do need offensive linemen. They need to protect Drake May. He was getting some devious hits last year in the NFL. So, obviously, protecting your quarterback will be huge for the Patriots. So I have them going with Will Campbell. I just feel like he's phenomenal, bro. I'm a casual offensive lineman fan, but I feel like Will Campbell is just the best player for the Patriots. So with that being said, I have them going Will Campbell here. I just feel like it's not really up for debate. Like, they should go Will Campbell. They will go Will Campbell. It's pretty much one of the safest bets you can make. So I feel like that's who they're gonna go. All right, guys. Now for the Jaguars, bro. I'm having him go Ash and G&T, man. Travis Etienne is on a rookie deal. Or not a rookie deal. What am I saying? He's on a contract year of his rookie deal. So I don't think they will repay him unless he has a breakout year. I feel like Ash and G&T will also make Trevor Lawrence's job easier. He will be a phenomenal player for the Jags. I love Ash and GT. I obviously want the Broncos to trade up in the top 5 to get him. Will it happen? Probably not. Most likely not. So I have the Broncos. Have the Jaguars going to Ash GNT. I feel like that, like I said, is just the safest pick to make. Ash GNT to the Jaguars. He is also, I think, now favored to go to the Jaguars. So it was a pretty safe pick for me. Now we are on the Raiders. All right, guys, for the 6th pick, man, there's so many people I want to go here. I could go Mason Graham to pair with players like Christian Wilkins, Max Crosby, Shador Sanders. I could have them now. So they need a quarterback behind Geno, but I don't think they're going to go quarterback this early. They did pay Geno that money. I'm actually going to have them go with a player who I think could go here, and that's going to be Mason Graham. I feel like he would be a phenomenal piece. I do not want to see Mason Graham on the Raiders, but I feel like they will go with Mason Graham, pair him with Christian Wilkins, pair him with Max Crosby. Tyree Wilson, maybe he improves. They got a really nasty D-line. Mason Graham is a phenomenal player. I do not want the Raiders to get Mason Graham, but I feel like if Mason Graham falls to 6, it's pretty much a home run pick for them. So for the Jets, guys, I'm having them go Armand Membu. If Mason Graham was available, I would have him go Mason Graham. Armand Membu is the best tackle on the board left, in my opinion. He's a good player. I know some people said he's just a big name in a weak offensive tackle class. I don't really see that. I feel like he's a good blocker. Hopefully he can help Brees Hall get to where he wants to be. Jets quarterback Justin Fields. Armand Memphis was a really good player out of Missouri. I feel like it's pretty much a home run pick. Now we're getting to where it gets kind of shaky. The Panthers, I could see them going Tedder or McMillan. I could see them going Will Johnson, maybe even Shamar Stewart. But for the Panthers, I'm gonna have them go Will Johnson, man. Will Johnson. I said Will Johnson. Will Johnson is a phenomenal corner out of Michigan. I know he had injury concerns and his 40 time wasn't the best, but when you pay a player like J.C. Horn, I think the most money for a cornerback ever, you do need to give him a person to run with. You need to give him a Robin. And Will Johnson could eventually be Batman too. Will Johnson is a phenomenal player if he stays healthy. If Will Johnson's a healthy corner, the Panthers will be a very good defensive back team with J.C. Horn and players. I have them going maybe in the second or third round, like a good safety like Xavier Watts or something like that. But now we're on the Saints. The Saints need offensive guard, receiver, edge, and corner. I'm gonna have the Saints go Tedor and McMillan, pair him with Chris Olave, make Derek Carr's job easier. I personally do not believe Derek Carr is the franchise quarterback for the Saints, obviously, but I don't think they will take Shador. I know Carr is hurt or banged up. They said you don't know if he's going to be ready for this season. I know Rattler hasn't been the best, but honestly, I feel like they'd rather just have a better quarterback draft next year and go all in. Because plus, they're in cap hell, guys. So next year, their cap is going to be way better if they manage it well. Sorry, my mic is cutting out, but like I said, I think Saints would go Tedora McMillan because, you know, there's good DBs in this division. You got AJ Terrell on the Falcons. Will Johnson, hypothetically, it might mock to the Panthers. And then you got players like J.C. Horn. I'm sorry, I was drawing blanks, but I feel like Ted would be a good receiver, again, an injured receiver room, because you know Chris Olave is always hurt due to Derek Carr throwing hospital passes, people say, and then Rashid Shaheed's been banged up. So I feel like a good player to start that offense, getting them in the right direction, will be key for the Saints. Now, guys, for the Bears. The Bears are an interesting team, bro. They honestly could go edge and Shamar Stewart. They could go players like Kelvin Banks. They could go Ashton G&T. Unfortunately, I don't think they will get Ashton and G&T. I don't think they should go offensive line. They went heavy on offensive lineman in free agency. I think the offensive line is pretty solid. Maybe get some depth in the second rounds and later rounds than that. But going to offensive lineman at pick 10 when you already have a pretty good solid offensive lineman via free agency looking on paper, I think they don't need offensive lineman. It says they do need a tackle. It says they need running back. I don't think they're going to go Amari and Hampton. I don't think they should go tackle. It says they need safety and edge. I don't think Malachi Starks will go here. I'm going to have them go with edge, Shamar Stewart. Just a phenomenal player. Put him with, I'm drawing a blank, Montez Sweat. Be a great, phenomenal player. They also could go D-tackle, maybe trade it for a player like Mason Graham. Great, phenomenal player. I feel like they need some help on defense because outside of defense, outside of players like Montez Sweat, Jalen Johnson, I truly thought I'm drawing up like the corner that was taunting during the Hail Mary was going to be good, but Tyreek Stevenson, he had a pretty rough year. So maybe they go DB and maybe Malachi Starks. Maybe they reach on Gerard Barron, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think they will go Shamar Stewart or basically best edge available or best D lineman available in the draft because they do need help on that D line to pair with Montez Sweat. Now, guys, for the 49ers, I have them going Kelvin Banks. I know it doesn't say they need offensive linemen, but they do need offensive linemen. I have a friend named Gore who's a big 49ers fan. He always talks about how they don't have a good tackle. So I have them going Kelvin Banks. If they're going to pay Brock Purdy $60 million, I feel like that's pretty much a home run pick for them. They do need offensive linemen, bro. Like, I always see every time my friend Gore is in the Discord talk about how their offensive lineman is banged up. Get Kelvin Banks. Phenomenal player. Great player. Before the season, he was projected to maybe go top 5. He had kind of not a bad year, but he didn't have a year compared to these top 5 picks right here, you know, with players like Ashton DT coming out of nowhere, players like Cameron Ward coming out of nowhere, not coming out of nowhere because we all knew Cam Ward is, Travis Hunter, obviously Abdul Carter, but these players had elite years. But Kelvin Banks is good value for pick 11. I have the 49ers going Kelvin Banks to block for Brock Purdy. Maybe he could learn from a player like I'm drawing blank, Trent Williams, one of the best offensive linemen in history, if not the best. So I have them going Kelvin Banks Jr. I think it's just the best pick, best player. He's from Texas. They need a receiver to pair with CeeDee Lamb. I know people say he's only really good to be a receiver 2. I don't believe that. He could run pretty much any route. And when you're a receiver 2 behind CeeDee Lamb, that's not bad, bro. Like, you see T. Higgins could be easily a receiver 1 for most teams, a lot of teams. But behind Justin Jefferson, he still gets his. I said Justin Jefferson, wow. Jamar Chase, he still gets his. Matthew Golden, I feel like could be a similar situation. Great route runner, gets open, bro. That he has every route in his bag. So I have them going with Matthew Golden, receiver out of Texas. And now I have my first trade, guys. I have the Rams trading up with the Miami Dolphins, bro. You know, you've heard about the Rams wanting a tight end for the longest. I have them trading up 13 picks. I don't know what it will be needed to get it done, but I'm gonna have them basically give up a boatload for a tight end. Like I said, guys, I don't know what the trade details will be, but either way, I feel like the Rams will end up trading up for a tight end. If they do want to get like Tyler Warren or something like that, they're definitely gonna need to get a player ahead of the Colts, because I feel like the Colts are a lock to go tight end. So with that being said, I made the Rams trade up with the Miami Dolphins, and they're gonna go Tyler Warren. I know people say they might go Colson Loveland. I feel like Tyler Warren is a phenomenal player. I feel like, with all due respect, Tyler Warren is being slept on. He's phenomenal. He's good. He can block. He can run routes. He's a great player. I know some people say he's not the fastest, bro. He's a good tight end, bro. Like, Sean McVay's gonna cook with Tyler Warren. I have them going Tyler Warren, tight end out of Penn State, and that kind of fucks the Colts over, because you guys can see their number one need is a tight end. I don't think they're going to be able to go tight end now unless they want to reach on a player like Colson Loveland. I don't think they will, to be honest. I feel like they will probably go with a player. I feel like in a situation like this, Shedeur Sanders is still available. I'm going to have the Pittsburgh Steelers trade up. I'm going to have the Pittsburgh Steelers trade up with the Colts. The Colts don't get their tight end. I'm going to have the Steelers give up pick 21, 83 in a future second to go up to 14. I don't know what, like I said, what the exact trade details will be, but I just want the Steelers to hypothetically trade up, and they're going to get Shedeur Sanders, pretty much a home run pick. Even if they sign Aaron Rodgers, Shedeur Sanders will learn behind him. Will be a great, phenomenal player. Shedeur Sanders said something about how he wants to play for a team who's going to be able to have him throw it to DK Metcalf and George Pickens, and the team has that as the Pittsburgh Steelers. So now with the Falcons, it says they need corner, but I'm having them go Jalen Walker. Jalen Walker is just a phenomenal player. They need help on that defense in general. Outside of AJ Terrell, Buda Baker. Jesus, I'm going blank. Jesse Bates. They do need help on defense, so I have them going Jalen Walker, phenomenal linebacker out of Georgia. You know what they say about Georgia defensive players? They're hits. So go with Jalen Walker. Basically, they could go anybody on defense, and they will be fine. I have them, though, going with a player like Jalen Walker. I feel like they just need defense, bro, outside of DB, because I mean they still need DBs too, but they just need anything on defense. Same thing with the Cardinals, but I'm gonna have them go with a player, Michael Williams. I know it might be considered a reach because he's projected to go 21 to the. Honestly, he's projected to go right here. So, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I think he's another phenomenal player out of Georgia. He's a great edge rusher. He has a lot of potential. His potential is through the roof, and the Cardinals could take a player like that. Their D-line needs help. They need a lot of defense, and I feel like he would be a great player for the Arizona Cardinals. Out for the Bengals, similar situation. They need edge. I don't think there will be 3 edges in a row unless they do go Mike Green. I'm not that big on Mike Green, but you know who I am big on? I am big on Nick Emanuwari. He's a great safety, bro. He can rush the quarterback. He can get in the grill of people. He could get in the face of people. I think he's a phenomenal player, bro. He's really good, bro. Honestly, they could go edge. They could even go D lineman, Derek Harmon. I don't think they will, though. I have them going to safety. I can honestly even see them taking a player like Xavier Watts or maybe Jahad Barron. But either way, if the Bengals even get Malachi Starks, that would be huge. I just think the Bengals need to go secondary before they go the front 7. Obviously, if they trade Trey Hendrickson, then they definitely need to go D lineman like Mike Green or something. But I don't think that is going to be the case. I need to go defense regardless. I think the Packers are another team who need an edge rusher, bro. Mike Green is available out of Marshall. He's kind of like their type of player, bro. They always go with players that are usually out of small schools. I'm going to have them go up to pick, I don't know what it would be. I'm going to have them go up 5 picks. They're not doing a 2-round, second-round mock draft. It would probably be or something around there. I do have them trading up for Mike Green just to make sure they do get an edge rusher, because, you know, teams like the Lions want an edge rusher, the Ravens want an edge rusher. I would just, maybe even the Commanders too. So I feel like they're just going to play safe, and they're going to take Mike Green, a phenomenal player to pair next to Luka Van Ness, who hasn't been the best. They obviously had a really good draft pick in Edgerrin Cooper. I think that would be a phenomenal player for them. I just feel like the Packers will trade up and go defense. And now for the Bucks, I'm going to have them go with Jahad Barron. Pretty simple. They need safety. They need help. I said safety. They need corner. They need safety too. They need help anywhere in the secondary. Their secondary is always banged up, and this is another player who I think could honestly be a great player out of Texas. Man, a great corner. I feel like he will be phenomenal for them. I do have the Tampa Bay Bucks going DB. Honestly, anywhere on defense. Similar situation to the Bengals. Their offense is good, kind of older though, but they definitely do need help. I definitely think they could go DB, so I have them going Jahad Barron out of Texas. Now for the Broncos, guys, I could easily either see us trading up or trading down because that's what reports had us. It says we need running back and receiver. I love Omari and Hampton, Trayvon Henderson, even I love Quinshawn. I do not want us to go running back in the first round. I do want us to go receiver, and the receiver hope we take is Emeka Ibuka. He is so good, bro. Ohio State receivers always hit. He is phenomenal. He is so good. I know, honestly, in a situation like this, Colson Loveland's still available. We could easily take Colson Loveland. I don't think we need to go tight end first round with us Payne, Evan Ingram. And I know we use 2 tight end sets, but I'd rather have a good receiver, bro, because a second tight end versus an actual good receiver, I'd rather go with the receiver every day. The Colts trade down and still were able to get a tight end, Colson Loveland. I know they want Tyler Warren. Colson Loveland's a good player, too, man. He's phenomenal. He's good. They need a tight end. But now for the Chargers, I know they need a receiver. I don't think they'll go Luther Burden at 22. I don't think they'll go Mason Taylor at 22. They do need defense. It says they need cornerback and center. I don't think they'll go Trey Amos. But I think they can go with a player like Derek Harmon, bro. Derek Harmon is so fucking good, bro. Honestly, if the Broncos don't go offense and we go D lineman, I would be cool with Kenneth Grant, Tyleek Williams, Walter Nolan. But Derek Harmon is phenomenal. He is such a good player, bro. Just honestly a home run pick if you can't get the best receiver or a good tight end available. So I do have them going with Derek Harmon. Now for the Seattle Seahawks, they do need offensive guard. I don't think they will go guard. I do think they should go Tyler Booker. I don't think they will. I think they will go with a player like Josh Sims. I did not mean to do that. I know he has injury concerns, but with that being said, he would have been way up the mock drafts if he didn't get hurt. He's phenomenal. I feel like this is good value for Josh Sims. A good tackle, bro. You know, you got to go against players like Nick Bosa. The Rams' new D-line, they're building. They got Brandon Fisk. They got a whole bunch of players out there. Jared Verse. So get a good tackle. Protect your future franchise quarterback. Not Sam Darnold, I don't think he's a franchise quarterback, but for the future, when they do get the franchise quarterback, Josh Simmons would be a great player. And this pick right here is fucking crazy. Malachi Starks to the Vikings, bro. Do not let them get Malachi Starks. Bro, if they're able to wait, not trade up and get Malachi Starks, bro, I'm not gonna lie, they won the draft game. I'm not gonna lie, they won the draft game because Malachi Starks is fucking phenomenal, bro. I'm gonna get his rookie card no matter what team he plays for, bro. I'm genuinely a fucking fan of Malachi Starks, bro. He is fucking elite, bro. Great player. Now we are on the Texans. I think the Texans, bro, they need, honestly, any help on the offensive line. I'm just going to throw them Tyler Booker, bro. They traded Laramie Tunsil, which I wasn't a big fan of, to be honest. I didn't even really understand the move, but I understand that they're trying to get more picks and maybe save cap. So with that being said, I do have them going Tyler Booker. I don't really agree with the move, but hey, man, I'm not a, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? So with that being said, I am going to have the Dolphins now go Walter Nolan, bro. They need D-tackle. They lost Christian Wilkins a year ago. They really didn't repair the D-tackle position well. Outside of losing Christian Wilkins, I could see them obviously going corner, but I don't think that any cornerbacks are really available right now. Maybe besides Maxwell Harrison, or maybe even Benjamin Watson, or maybe a player like Xavier Watts go in the first round. But I do have them going Walter Nolan. I feel like it's a better pick. Easy money. Now for the Baltimore Ravens, I know Nick Sorton is projected to be better. I'm going to have them go James Pierce. I feel like James Pierce's potential is honestly through the roof, bro. He's a great player, bro. Like this says, explosive edge rush athleticism. Pierce can rush with dirt, bro. He's just honestly, he's a full great player. I don't know why, because before when I was looking up mock drafts, like I always look up way too early mock drafts, and he was projected to go number 1. So I don't know what happened with James Pierce. So hopefully, maybe I could see him go to the Packers too. So, but I feel like James Pierce is a phenomenal player, bro. I could see him going to the Ravens. Now for the Lions, they also need edge rusher. I'm having them go Nick Thornton. Pretty much the same thing. Really explosive edge rusher. You need a person to pair with Aiden Hutchinson. You can't have Aiden Hutchinson go against double teams every week, bro. You need someone who could make his job easier and obviously having Aiden Hutchinson will make Nick's job easier. So just 2 phenomenal edge rushers getting to the quarterback. Build that D-line up. Their defense was really banged up last year. Get another player on defense. Now for the Commanders, it says they do need edge. I love Donovan. I think Donovan is phenomenal. I don't think he will go there, unfortunately. I think the Commanders are actually going to go running back. I think they're going to go Omari Hampton. I'm not going to lie. I feel like Omari Hampton will be a phenomenal player. He'll make Jaden's job easier. The options, I know they got Austin Eckler, Brian Robinson, but I feel like Omari Hampton is just better than both of them running backs now. I'm not saying better than Austin Eckler all the time because Austin Eckler is a go. But I got them going Omari Hampton. Just a great, phenomenal piece on offense. Just make Jaden's job easier, bro. Keep his good rookie campaign. Make him have a great sophomore year so he doesn't have that sophomore slump that quarterbacks usually have. Easy money. I have the Bills going with a great player in Jahad Campbell. If the Bills get Jahad Campbell, bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. They're cooking, bro. That's a similar situation to the Vikings, in my opinion. Like, you don't have to trade up to get Jahad Campbell. Stud. They need a linebacker. I can see them going receiver, maybe like Luther Burden, early in the second round, maybe trade up. But have them going a player like Jahad Campbell. He's phenomenal, bro. He's elite. He's amazing, bro. He's a really good player. Now for the Chiefs, fuck the Chiefs. I don't like the Chiefs at all. I'm gonna have them just take. Who should I have them take? I'm gonna have them take Kenneth Grant. Fuck it. I don't want them to even get Kenneth Grant. Kenneth Grant, I feel like could go towards right here, bro. He's that good, but I gotta be realistic. They do need D tackle maybe to pair with Chris Jones. He's getting up there in age. I could also see them going offense lineman and a player like Gray Zabel. Don't think they will do that though. So with that being said, I do have them going with Kenneth Grant. Now this is crazy. It's gonna be an in-division trade. I want to make sure I just get this pick. I feel like the Giants have to trade back in the first round if they do want to get a quarterback, bro. Because I feel like the Browns are definitely gonna take a quarterback early in the second round. So I'm just gonna have the Giants go up 35 and 65 just to go up 2 spots just to make it happen. And I'm gonna have the Giants go with Jalen Milroe. I feel like Jalen Milroe is a phenomenal player. He's honestly a stud, bro. He's fucking elite, bro. But I feel like in a situation like this, the Giants are going to have to trade up around here to get a quarterback before the Browns do. So I have them trading back in the first round to get Jalen Milroe. I think it will be honestly a great player for the Giants. So with that being said, guys, this is my mock. I had a pretty couple trades. With that being said, let me know what y'all think, bro. I'm sorry for it randomly cutting, bro. OBS is doing that shit again, bro. But hopefully y'all fuck with my mock draft. Let me know what y'all think, man. NFL draft today, bro. I'm excited. Hopefully the Broncos draft good. Hopefully your team drafts good. Hopefully the Broncos, honestly, guys, I don't know if y'all are watching this, but hypothetically, if I could pick 3 players, I definitely want the Broncos to draft. I want definitely Ashton G&T. I'll take either Abdul Carter or Wilkham. I know that's not going to happen. I'll take Ted McMillan. And honestly, I'll take Will Johnson or a good corner. So with that being said, hopefully your team drafts who you guys want. Hopefully they draft a Hall of Famer, Golden Jacket wearer. But that's going to